2 more days. I believe you've taken off from your work already.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. How many full exams you have done, Akhil? Just for a knowledge.
Sir, so total 5 full mock exams, but
Right.
in one of the
Okay.
exams, the score was not recorded. So 4 only. Was
Okay. 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 Nice to know. And how is your confidence level now?
better than last time. So much,
Mm,
I mean,
mm.
far better.
Much good. Far better. Good. Have you gone through the agile concepts detailed?
Yes, Agile Practice Guide I have gone through, yeah.
Nice. Good. Good. So what are you doing for the last couple of days? Finishing touch. What are you reading?
So I would be revising my notes, solve some study hall questions. I have
Mm.
purchased it
Oh,
and
nice. Okay.
go through the glossary and yeah, that's it.
Okay. Nice. Good. Good. I believe you are balancing between agile and some portion of predictive model. Both you're getting balanced.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Have you gone through PMI ethics?
No, sir, I have watched video of PMI ethics.
Uh, hmm.
Yeah, but I have not gone through it.
Okay. I would recommend to take a look of a PMI ethics also, as
Okay,
that could
okay, we'll do
give,
that.
yeah, because some of this leadership question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you reading Rita 10 or later 11?
10, sir. 10th edition.
10 already. 10 you're reading. Okay. If in case you have a PDF copy of 11th edition, if you check it, there is a topic only for leadership. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
leadership. Definitely this topic is rated 10 also, but it's a spread across here and there.
Okay,
So this leadership topic, there'll be some questions targeted where it'll be a mix of ethics plus these topics kind of a questions can be there. So let's be a little prepared on what is ethics and how ethics can help us. Yeah, that way it'll help you. Okay, good. All right, that's Akhil. Akhil, you have any questions towards exam?
Um, no, not as of now, sir.
All right. So you have to have a proper ID card with you. And which
Yes,
center
sir.
you're going for exam?
Sir, Indore.
Indore. Okay. Have you visited the center?
No.
No. Okay. And be prepared where the center is. If you're getting by car or something, prepared for the parking spots, all the stuff. Don't keep that tension till the last minute. So be prepared on the stuff.
Okay, okay,
Primary and the ID card, check your photo ID, and this ID has a signature.
okay, okay.
I too have some incidents where people went without signature ID card, and the center they didn't accept it, and they had to get the passport, and that took some time to get the passport. That increased the pressure. When you are a bit nervous before the exam, it will be big impact on the exam also. So recommendation is please be prepared a couple of days before. What is ID card? When I have to be there? What is the place? Yeah, all those. It looks simple, logistics works, but be prepared on it. If you're going by
Yes, sir.
car, bike, or train, be prepared on the stuff.
Yes, sir.
And what time is your exam, Akhil?
Sir, 10 a.m. in the morning.
10 a.m. Okay, nice. So have a good breakfast before you go there. Don't ever go with empty stomach.
Yes, sir.
Shri, am I going for a sugar test? No. The message is when uh, look like something went wrong. Okay. So the point is people going to the exam when you don't eat properly, the performances are dropping because you can't give that energy. As you
Mm-hmm.
know, exam consumes a lot of energy. Sitting there and writing, you get more hungry there. So first eat well before you go to the exam. And
Yes,
exam also when the break happens, between in the breaks, have
yes,
something to eat. Carry something like fruits or some chocolates. Uh, like the bar chocolates are there, right? I don't recommend the chocolates, but at least for the exam, it gives that
yes,
glucose
sir.
for your brain. So please carry that thing to eat. But Shri, is it important? Should I focus only on the exam question? I would say this is also important. The other environmental parameters also will impact your exam. So be prepared on this part. Okay.
Yes.
Good. Nice, Akhil. We'll get on the call. At least by tomorrow, we'll touch base. We'll connect for a few minutes before you go for exam.
Sure, sir. I will ping you.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's Akhil who is getting for the exam. So good wishes for him. Meantime, do I have someone who is getting for exam in next few days, few weeks? Anyone here with exam date already? Okay. If that's the case, then let's see some questions. Before I go there, do any one of you have a question to discuss? You have a question to ask or discuss? Okay, the silence says that you don't have anything. You are ready to listen. If that's the case, then let's go and take a question here now. Here is a question. Take a minute, see if we can bring out the good answer. You will use elimination technique. All right, let's look for the answers. People from YouTube, you can leave your answer in the comment section. Let's see what you have as answer. Checking the comment section in YouTube. What is that? I'm seeing alphabets coming up. A and few D's coming up. Let's give a few more seconds as rest of them to answer. Give your try. Don't hesitate. Try what comes in your mind as an instinct. This could be the answer. Okay, so we have few answers here. Let me start with the question itself. What is the key term in this question? If you want to say, this is the key, Shri, I have to be careful on it. What is it?
Maintain highest agile standards.
Maintain the highest standards. Okay, let me mark it.
You are
Maintain the
leading.
highest. Okay, agile standards. What does agile standards means? Is there anything agile standards? Something like this? Uh-huh.
It's mix of
Okay.
agile values and principles.
Values, agile thought process. Yeah, that's what we are trying. Okay, I recognize that. In the YouTube, I'm seeing D and A. Okay, I'm seeing there's a varying between D and A. Two answers are popping up. Before I jump to the answer, let's go a little more detail on the question. You are leading. When they mark you, I believe maybe you're agile manager or a project manager or a scrum master, someone who's accountable for the factors. Workflow automation. Very good. The project team. Okay, there is a project team wants to outsource some piece of work, but is hesitant. They want to maintain highest agile standards. What is your view? Now, two parties are involved here. One is someone who is accountable and a team is involved. Now, the question is targeting who to respond back. Is it a team has to respond or a project manager has to respond?
Project manager.
Project manager respond. Okay, nice. Can I believe this? Can we believe this is an agile team? Is it agile team?
Yes,
Yeah. If
because
it
they
is
expect
agile,
because they want to maintain the highest agile standards.
See, they want to outsource it. Why an agile team has to think something should be outsourced? What could be the reason? What could be the reason?
maybe the resource is not available within.
Possibly.
Maybe the other
So, an
company
agile
has the expertise, the subject matter
that is
experts.
fine. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen this term self-organized and cross-functional? What does it mean? What is self-organized? What is cross-functional? Do anyone know that? What is cross-functional?
Coordination between teams.
Having all the required knowledge and skill.
Cross-functional means it has more number of T people, T type of people, T and I.
T model. Okay. In order to achieve this goal, we may need different skill set, isn't it? Different ways of approach. So I may have a person who has this particular skill. I have another person this particular skill. I may have two people in this skill set. So now it is going to be more of a cross-functional of area. In fact, in Agile, they say a team which can define the work, a team which can design and develop the work, design. This team can develop. This team is capable of testing it. This team is capable of delivering it. If you see here, you have a team, a bunch of people who are capable of define, design, develop, test, and deliver, which is a pack. And they're organized. What do you mean by organized, Shri? Towards a goal, they can plan themselves how to do the job. Rightly said here, we may experience T-shape. What T-shape means? Do you even know what is T-shape? Resources. What is T-shape? There is something called I-shape. There is something called T-shape. What is I-shape?
I-shape people is like they have expertise on one particular area. But T-shape is like
Depth of knowledge.
they have depth of knowledge in one particular area and broader knowledge on all the areas.
Very good, very good. Broader knowledge and depth of knowledge in a couple of areas. A point here is, what is a big difference here? I think I need this kind of people. I may need this kind of people also. I can't deny that. But what I heard is more. We don't want to say everyone is T-shaped, but we're expecting more. So what is the advantage of T-shaped people? What is the advantage?
They can work on multiple projects.
Very good. The knowledge is multidimensional. We will work it out. This is also a reason in many companies attritions are handled. You know attrition, right? Attrition is a big problem. Do you think it's a big problem in a big companies, attrition?
Yes.
People keep moving around. But if I want to retain the knowledge in the company, do you think a KT alone will help? Knowledge transfer alone will help? And was it all the knowledge transfer successful? Question mark. It's very depending, right? It depends on where we are. So knowledge transfer is not going to be always successful. This kind of T-shaped people, a person depth knowledge in one area, also intention to learn other areas also in a broader segment. Now with this, what is happening here is knowledge is retained in the company. If even somebody goes out, other person can pick it up. Okay, that's a T-shape part. Let's come back here. Now this project team, second sentence says, the project team wants to outsource. When the team feels to be outsourced, I believe there should be some sense in that because you're talking about agile team here. They may not have expertise. Somebody rightly said, we may not have expertise or don't have a sufficient time to do it. Now, question is, they want to outsource it, also maintain the agile standards. Now, what is this agile standard, Shri? We talk about certain things, right? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Have anyone heard this term? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Have you heard it? Yes. Nope.
One of the agile principles.
Agile values. Okay, nice to say at least. Agile values, right? What could be the reason they've written this one? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. What could be the reason? Why they won't write it? For some of you, it's coming up to the throat, whether to say, not to say. Is it so? So the point is, of course, the contracts are important. Of course, vendor factors are important. At the same time, more than that, we focus on what actually customer is looking for, which means once you sign a contract, once you sign an agreement, there was a tight pack saying that this is what we'll deliver. This is what we will do as per the contract. However, it is, customer could be beyond that. Customer could be more than that. Yes, you will give attention to the contract. On top of that, give focus towards the customer. But how is it related here? You might see a great relation here. But the point here is, should I go for the contracting to other people, or should I pull everything on my own? That's a confusion here. Now let's go for the answers. I saw two variety of answers, A and D happening. Let's listen to the people who said A is a good answer. Why A looks a good answer? People went with A, like maybe Sham or Mohammed. Why you thought A is a good answer? Anything you want to share?
So, Shri, before I explain my answer, so I read the question in the perspective of performing company, not in the form of client company. So I read this question in the perspective of performing company. So whenever an agile project is run, there should be a collaboration between the product owner and the team. So what I felt is, if the agile team is outsourcing the product, so outsourcing this work, I felt it would be difficult for the agile team to bridge the communication between the outsourced company and the product owner. So that's why I felt they should not outsource the project. So
Okay.
that's why I selected A. So
I recognize your point.
might not happen as as efficient as yeah.
Okay. So the question here, Sham, why this thought of performing company, client company came into mind? What is the relevance here?
Okay, my relevance is more like the example which you gave in the classes, like the Julie and the American Express and the Accenture example.
Okay.
So something similar is happening here. So they have going for some automation for the client. So and the client would not do it the complete work, so they would outsource it. I mean, they would give the work to the Accenture. So I felt here the question belongs to the Accenture is what I felt.
Okay, you're seeing that order. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So point is, you are leading a workflow, which means it could be from American Express. You want to do some automation. Could happen here. This is a client company. That's what you want to say.
No. I'm saying so they okay. Please
which
go on.
means you want to.
Sorry.
Yeah. This is a performing company, right? Accenture is a performing company.
Yes.
Okay. American Express is a client who gives a product. Now you're seeing from Accenture perspective. Is it correct?
Right.
From his perspective, when you see that the project team wants to outsource some piece of work.
Yeah.
Will you say that some piece of work could be a portion of the work?
Yeah.
Portion of work. For example, let's take same example. American Express giving the work to Accenture.
Right.
Now Accenture want to bring automation work. Automation.
Yes. Yeah.
Automation. Now it was maintained in a server. Now they want to move it to cloud platform. Let's imagine they want to move to Amazon cloud.
Okay.
Now this portion of the work is also part of your contract. You have to do it.
Right.
Now, rightly somebody said in the team here, hey, I'm not expert in moving to cloud. I may need someone who can do this job. Okay. I can do the automation plus cloud platform is the project. But automation I can do. Rest of the cloud platform, I need somebody specialist. One way. Even in automation, I need a component. I need a particular specific technology to be applied. That technology, even though we can do it, the learning curve is very steep. The steep learning curve in Accenture, I'm seeing it as a risk. I'm ready to take the risk. But the consequence here is I am living in a time box. I'm living in a time box. A time box could be 2 years of project, 6 months of initiative, or 3 months of release. Next quarter, if you're working in a big agile team, they call PI, program increment or a scaled agile format. So I have a time box. Will I be able to do in the time box? That question is coming up. So I have two questions now. One is, what if I'm not specialized? What if I'm in a time box sitting inside Accenture? Now, what would be your thought on this?
Okay, yeah. So the second one, since it's a self-organized team, I think the learning curve might not be steep. But yes, on the first, I believe it's a risk, the expertise.
Expertise is a risk. Okay. Okay. I like the way you're trusting the team. And that's nice. Even though it's a new technology, being a self-organized, you think they could learn faster.
Right.
Okay. That's a nice, good trust there. But when I see this project, I'm seeing as some piece of work. I'm seeing a portion of work, not the whole work. If it's a performing company. Okay. Let's shift the gear and see from American Express perspective. If you see the same question from American Express perspective, how would you have seen this question?
Yeah, I would have gone with the D.
Straight away, Straight away gone there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's park it here.
Okay.
Let's see if anyone else want to comment on this answer. Yeah. Anyone else want to comment on this answer? Okay. Then let's move to the answer where many people are given. D. People went with the D. One of you want to comment on it? Why you thought D is a good answer? What made you think D?
Because if it is required to meet the deadline, I think outsourcing would be a best option. Not compromising on the time, and also like if that is the best interest of the project to finish, because they can get things done instead of self-organized to give training and develop someone. They can get things done for this project. Maybe they can take it as an input for next month that they will be working on.
So Manoj, a minute before, Shyam was pointing out, it's a cross-functional, self-organized team. Their learning curve can be faster. Do you think, if that's the case, should we outsource it?
Yes, but to what extent to what extent they can develop within the scope of the project?
Okay. Okay, I respect your thought. All right, good. Thanks for the answers with the A and D. Before you go to the right answer, now let's look at the question from the PMI perspective, Project Management Institute. Look, zoom out of yourself and see what PMI would expect from you in this question, what they're trying to understand from you. Take a pause and just watch out the question. What they want to see from you in the question paper. If it is an agile team and you are a manager for the agile team, what is expected from this particular scenario, what they're trying to see from you? Any thoughts? Don't be too perfect. Any thoughts? What pops up?
Decision-making skills.
Decision-making. Okay. Okay. Decision-making is one I'm hearing. Nice. Any other points?
Yeah, as a project manager, how are we addressing this input from the team as a project manager?
How you address your team. Okay, nice. I think that's a good point, right? Nice. So they're looking how you are on decision making. Are you going to leave it to the team or you have some word to say? Second point is how do you address your team? I think it's a very valuable thing, right? What is they looking for? Now, thanks for those inputs. They're saying agile standards. By this, we are very clear it's an agile team. The project team wants to outsource it. Now look at the word, the project team wants to outsource it. Do you think this is more powerful in agile segment? It could be a T-shaped team. It could be a self-organized team, cross-functional team. If that team itself feeling that we have to outsource. So if that's the case, do you think this can turn negative if we go for not outsourcing? What is your thought? Will it turn negative? Now, the PMI would be looking out from your side. What is your way of respecting your team values? So PMI want to know, do you respect team's values? Shri, what do you mean by team's value? Team values is they have a belief system. They converse it. In fact, as a manager, we can also be part of the team. Yeah, we are part of the community, right? Isn't it? So the answer goes to the D. I'm sure majority of it went to the D. Some A also we got it. Now, why I want to take this time to explain is, when we read a question, I would recommend you, once you understood, take one step back and see what team want or PMI want to know from you. PMI want to know whether you are understanding the values and a team's preference. You can give suggestions, you can give your opinion, but your team's value stands big and higher. Any team it stands, and if it is specific an agile team, the value is very high. Why in agile team people are more respected? Is there any reason for that? Anything we heard about it? What is this people are all about? Do anyone remember
Knowledge
KW?
workers. Yeah.
What is knowledge worker?
The people who who think before working technically.
Perfectly. So the people who are capable of thinking towards a goal, the people who are capable of making decisions. So when the project team wants to outsource some piece of the work, we'll be very careful, some piece of the work, right? Which means not the whole portion, some portion of it. When the team thinks about it, definitely we can do a brainstorming, we can do a conversation, but we still respect their thought process. That's what they're trying to say here. Even though the agile principles talk all this stuff, if I go a little down there, you can see this agile values. In agile values, you talk about, we give a term, right? Customer collaboration over contract negotiation. But yes, you're also be doing customer collaboration. I want to make a best outcome for the team. Even though I can give all, but I'm not giving all, I'm giving a portion of it. But when my team is not capable or ready enough, and there is a time box, I have to go for it. So in this one question, they're trying to see whether you are listening to your team. Are you respecting the values of your team? On top of that, are you also thinking in agile perspective, the time boxing and going with a high standard? If that can be outsourced, chances are quality can be better because that is not the capability of the team. That's why they're saying that we cannot do that. So we have to listen to that. But it's purely subjective. If I go to the corporate, chances are you may negotiate. Guys, why can't we do it? Maybe there is a time delay, we'll do it. We will do some negotiation. But for this question point of view, yes, they look for whether you listen to your team members. Nice, good attempt. Thanks for the people who answered. How is your energy? Shall I take another question?
Yes.
Go for. All right, people online, good your answers. Let's say one more question. Here we go. This time you have to choose two answers. So read the question carefully. Okay, people in the YouTube, you can leave in your chat box. Let's give you seconds. Let everyone answer it. Okay, few more answers coming up. Muthandi is asking a question from YouTube. For the previous question, answer was D. Okay, let's then go further down. I have got some alphabets answers here. A and D is a combination. C and D is a combination. Okay. In YouTube also I'm seeing C and D as a combination. So I have combination of A and D, C and D. So which means others are going out. All right. So what do we do here is let me strike out what is not being answered by the people. B, people have ignored it. People have ignored E. Okay. So the primary competition is between these guys, A, C, and D. These three are there. In fact, I see majority or everyone has option of D. No one has missed a D. D is there. All right. Before you go to the answers, now let's take a time off a question. Before I go on, let me ask someone here. What is the key term in this question? You have few sentences here. Which sentence you feel that's I have to be attentive? What is it?
The deliverables are not exactly what was required.
Not satisfied.
Not satisfied. Okay. This is a key word. Who is not satisfied?
The project manager.
The project manager.
Subcontractor.
Fine. If a project manager not satisfied, is it important? Do we consider it? Is he a key stakeholder? He or she is a key stakeholder? Question. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he is a key he or she is a key stakeholder for the vendor.
Very good. Very good. Nice. So they're saying there is a project, some technical challenge to a vendor. It looked like a continuation of a previous question. Isn't it? Look like that. You gave a portion of work to somebody. You didn't give everything, I believe. You subcontractor. You understand, right? Subcontract. You got a contract and you're subcontracting it. And the technical challenge of work to a vendor, X vendor. This is a Y company and you give it to the X company. You're given it. The vendor is delivered. Very good. And not satisfied with the deliverables produced because they are not exactly what required. I heard this is also keyword. Okay. So far I noted down not satisfied. Not exactly what was required. Two things I noted down. Any other key terms to watch out?
Yeah, the vendor has delivered as per the technical specifications mentioned.
So technically challenging could be one of the keywords.
That's tricky, right? So which means that the guy has delivered what is asked for. Can we say like that? Whatever Y the company asked, X has delivered it. Then what's the problem, man? What's the deal? Come on, man. I delivered what you asked for. What's your problem? So now, before you go to the answer, let's first understand the question properly. Y company has asked 12 items, key items. All the 12 items delivered. Still, look at the word, still the project manager is not satisfied. Now, where is the problem? Whose problem it is?
It's the problem of the project manager.
He has missed out in exactly specifying what he wanted.
Right.
Yeah, could be a gap, isn't it? Could be a gap. But should we keep this blame on the project manager or put the blame on X company? That's you guys. Come on, guys. You guys are bad. You didn't listen to me properly. Can I put the blame on them? Get away from there. Can I do like that?
No.
No, but no, that will not solve the case here.
It will not work. So are we worried about agile, non-agile here in this case? Are we worried on that part?
No.
Not really.
I don't think we go to that specification now. So now the company Y is asking certain things. Note it down. The vendor has delivered the subcontracted work as per the specification. Question to you, in your company, do you have this kind of a specification on what you call that document name? What is the name of the document?
Book
Do you
of
have some documents
requirements.
for it? BRD,
SOW?
SOW. If it is a plan-driven project, baseline, can you call baseline?
Yeah.
Baseline. Even in agile project, you will have a proper backlog, and backlog has been discussed. Release plan has been discussed. What should be part of release? Now the question is going towards a still not happy. Very good. Let's park it here. Question looks nice and interesting. One thing I found, a majority of you or everyone chosen A. So I'm going to ask this question. Why, sorry, D. Why D looks a very good answer? Everyone has chosen D. Even though other answers are varying, but D everyone chosen. Any one of you want to say why D is a good answer?
Because one is it is a technically challenging work. This company is able to do it. So, and I want new things. So better to go back to the same chap who's an expert.
Okay. New or amended contract. Is it with the same company? We're going to do the new contract?
Could be
Amendment
same, could be another one.
same contract.
Yeah. Negotiate a new or amend contract. It's with same.
So we all believe that, hey, if you want more, go for a contract. Is it the mindset we're doing here? If you want more, go for another contract. Maybe a couple of features missed out. Okay, let's do another contract. Talk to us. I believe that's what I'm seeing from the people here for the D. Okay. Okay. If that's a point you're thinking, nice. D is everyone agreed. You have to go for the contract, which means project manager is not happy, he or she, which means he agreed that something new contract should be done. If you go for the answer D already, now comes a tricky part. Should I go with A or should I go with C? I have few people went with the A, few people with the C. Let's understand their mindset, why they went with the A. For example, Bhupendra, I saw your answer with the A. You have any thoughts why A is a good answer?
Shri, why I feel A is a better choice here, apart from D, is because still the deliverable is not yet accepted at project manager's end, and if a project manager is not accepting, definitely he will not be reproduce the same acceptance criteria further to the client. So because it's a subcontracted part. So definitely after you are done with the payments, definitely you are hardly going to get any response from the subcontracted vendor. So I feel A is a better option.
So don't give the money, threaten this guys, eh?
Not to threaten, but to negotiate on your terms as well, because you are still not satisfied with the deliveries that are done.
Okay. I respect your point. Let's see if I have a counter argument for you. Do anyone with answer C, you have a counter argument? Should you hold the money? Answer with C. For example, Bhaskar or not Bhaskar, Bhaskar went to the A. Armugam, I'm seeing you with the C. What is your debate for it?
See, actually, thanks for asking. The C why I marked it, because supplier vendor is not did any mistake here, because he manufacturer or he work as per our technical specification and as per contract. So I think I feel that he has never done any mistake. But there will be gap when we flow down our requirement to the vendor. That's why we need to.
Okay. So it's not a leftover or a mistake from the vendor part. Ex-vendor has done his job. Okay, that's your thought. Okay, nice.
Yes.
Okay, now I listen both the words. Is there anyone else with different thoughts?
Sri, just extension to what we heard on point C is that subcontracted vendor is accepting, or maybe he or she is telling that they have done the delivery, but whether that is accepted, because for the vendor, project manager is client here. And if client is not agreeing to the delivery done for whatever reason, then I think that delivery is not accepted. So not accepted in terms of the criterias. So I think that is why I didn't choose C.
Also, adding to the point, also here the negotiate new. Oh, means actually we can negotiate before amending the contract with the vendor. If I agrees to do the work without amending the PO, is good. Or else we go with amend the PO.
So the key is negotiate a new contract, which means whatever you feel not there, sign a new contract. Let's do it. That's your message.
Yes.
It should be like that. Yes.
If somebody agree with answer A, will you also be able to do D? You are not paying something and you are telling sign a new contract. Do you think the companies will go with you in that way? Will it work? If people with the A answer, I'm just challenging you. I'm challenging you, not paying money. Will you be able to go for second contract?
No,
It's a contradictory.
there we are not saying that
See,
we
the
are not going to
undisputable item,
pay.
you can
Yeah,
do
they
the
are saying
payment.
that they are not going to pay until the
Until
dispute is
dispute is
resolved.
resolved.
So,
You
sir,
can
they
put
are
it like this.
negotiating
There
and
are
discussing to resolve the dispute only. Of course, they will do the payments. But once they mutually agreed on the baseline, like what was agreed, like the we discussed on the gap analysis, right? Like if there was something missed out in the discussions, or whatever told was not accepted, not agreed, or not understood. So they should do those discussions. So that's where the point D is offering an opportunity to both the teams to discuss what was missed out. So probably, yeah.
Oh, you mean even for the A answer, D could be the same contract, could be renegotiated. If in that direction. Okay. Now let's give a pass to it. Let's take one step back, like we did for the previous question. Now, what PMI want from you? Being a project management professional, what PMI is expecting from you in this question? Forget about the answers. Forget about all this question content. What they want from you. If they take one step back and see PMI, please go ahead. What is popping?
Ethical behavior.
They want to see, are you really a person to get a final goal achieved? Okay. Or are you going to cut some corners? Or are you going to violate something? Now, one thing we learned in the PMI, PMP is when something agreed as a baseline, when something agreed as a contract, we go by it. If you don't have an agreement towards a contract, you have all the rights to ask questions. However, when the deliverables are coming out, it is the final stage of your product, either interim deliverable, final deliverable, or a piece of deliverable, something is coming out. And the key word in this whole question is second sentence. That's a key word. The vendor has a delivered, not going to deliver, delivered the subcontracted work as per the technical specification. This technical specification would have been discussed, would have been shared with both the party. In the month of February, they discussed it. In the month of May, they're delivering it. So now it is a responsibility of both the party. So PMI want to see how you take responsibility for your decisions. Do you see this word responsibility somewhere in PMI document? There is a document for this. What is it? PMI?
Code of
PMI
ethics.
Code of ethics. Code of ethics.
Code of ethics.
Code of ethics, there is one word. By the way, how many words are there for ethics? One is responsibility. Second is respect.
Respect.
Third one,
Integrity.
honesty.
Honesty. Yeah.
Fourth one, fair and lovely.
Fairness.
Fairness.
Fairness. Okay, fairness. Okay. So now you have responsibility, respect, honesty, fairness. This all not only with other people, against ourselves also. When I take responsibility of my own decisions, I respect myself. I respect my vendor. I'm not going to say bad here, but when somebody agreed, when we both agreed as a company, I respect it. I respect it, right? So when as per the agreement, somebody delivered it, the question is going back to the last line of the question. The last line of the question is, the action should the manager take first? What can be a quicker action right now? You don't have such a room of freedom to shift around. The reason is you are aligned with the contract already. So you have to accept the deliverables. Really? Shri, you're somehow forcing the manager, man, to do it. It's not a force. It's the respect you have for the contract, what you have signed, not somebody else. You have signed. And they have delivered it. Mistakes can happen. I'm not denying that mistakes can happen. If I'm going to withhold the payment, I'm going to do something not really ethical. If somebody is not delivered to the standards, how do you check the standards? There is something called UAT. What UAT stands for? What UAT stands for?
User acceptance testing. Test.
Acceptance testing. And there is something called FAT. FAT stands for factory acceptance testing. When I sign a contract, whether agile project or non-agile project, we will have something called UAT, or we will have FAT, or at least we call it as acceptance criteria. As per the acceptance criteria, if that product is working, that is nothing but a technical specification. If this particular lens, the zoom should be 15x.5, yeah. If it is 15x.5, yeah, it is. It is what it is, right? You ask for. If you're not happy, you want a 16.5, I think you're talking different specification. That's not the specification, right? So am I really clear on what I'm asking? That's okay. Again, I'm not going to blame you. Manager, you missed it. Could be that you have to retrospect it. There is something called retrospection. You have to sit and talk. With who? With your team. Again, here, vendor is not done a mistake. You're not going to fight with them. Vendor is also open. Vendor says, guys, first we'll accept it. You start using it. We will talk about what can we do from here. But you argue that no, it's not usable. 15.5x will not be a good lens to fix at all. It won't even fit in the frame. But still, work is done. So there is something, a loss here. It's going to be called as a sunk cost. Have you heard about the sunk cost? S-U-N-K. S-U-N-K, sunk.
Yes.
Money gone is?
Money gone. Yeah, gone money. Yeah.
Gone. Okay. Do anyone had marriage expenses in your family? Really? Man. Money gone is gone, right? It won't come back. Now, point here is sunk cost is gone. Definitely it is a problem. You have to talk, you have to understand the point. But here, I should not put a blame on the vendor right now because they have met the standards. They have met the technical specification of what we asked for. Whereas you can negotiate for a new or upgradation to the current contract and go for that 16.5 or particular specification. And here we should be very clear enough. And that's a point. So let's see what the answer justification says. The certification says that the question states vendor has completed the work mentioned in the contract. Therefore, the seller has met the acceptance criteria, right? Realistically, you would likely negotiate a new or amend contract the seller to align the deliverable with your requirement better. You start modifying it. That's up to you. You'll sit and do it. PMI in this question paper, in this question, yes, you have to choose answer C and D, but what they want from you is, are you first clear I should be clear on my contracting. I should be clear on my requirement. First point. Second, they want from you, are you respecting your own decision, not somebody else? Your own decision. Are you respecting it? Number three, are you trying to cut the corners or are you being the right track? These kind of ideas they want to see from you in the exam. And this is also part of psychometric exam. What is psychometric exam? They'll try to see your mindset, the mindset of leadership and management, how you do it. But good thing is everyone under the D, there are some variation. A and C happen, but C looks better answer at this point of time. People went to the A. Will you agree? C can be a better choice in this kind of scenario. You think so?
Yes, Shri, I think she could be better option since we are negotiating anyway. So we are going to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For me,
All right.
only misguided word was dispute is until the dispute is resolved, Shriram. So since we
But you think it misleading? Why you thought it's misleading?
see, it's okay. The subcontractor has delivered as per the specifications, but this project manager is not satisfied. Okay, so he is trying to renegotiate with them.
Very good. But let's understand this word dispute. Dispute means what? As per general English word, what is dispute?
Conflict.
A disagreement because of any
disagreement.
factor.
So here the manager is disagreeing for what is being delivered. Can I call that as a dispute? Now, let me take this dispute to the court. By the way, you all know that, right? A contract is a legal document. Are you aware of that? Legal document.
Yeah.
If I take this issue or a problem to the court, in India, bullet train is coming. Yeah, is it? Bullet train is coming in India. Which country is involving in technical parameters for India?
Japan.
Japan is involving. Imagine Japan has to do some technical parameters. They did it, they delivered it. One of the minister in the parliament says that they didn't meet it. Do you think Japan can take to the international court?
Yeah.
Yes.
They took to the international court. Japan says this is a technical specification A, B, C, D, E, and F. And the international court checks A met, B met, C, D, E, F. Now they look back at the member of a parliament and ask him or her a question. In what way you are disputing this? Where is the problem? The MP shouts, usual guys, cite the why. Okay, nice. You shout loud, very well, nice. But in the document, it says A, B, C, D, E, F. That is properly met. Now, where is the problem? The court says, I don't think any sense on arguing this issue. You have to look for a new contract or you have to think different patterns. Not here. This will not go equal. Is it possible in a vendor management? Right. So when you say dispute, it should be, yeah, you can resolve it, but it won't stand in the law. As per law, it won't stand. That's what they're trying to see here.
Okay.
Right. Fantastico. Good question. Good answers. Really appreciate it. Right. Shall we hit one more question? If your energy level is good.
Yes, definitely.
All right. Let's go for one more. On your way. This time, one answer. Think broad. Take one step back. Think from PMI. everyone is going to try an answer. No excuse. Everyone is going to try an answer. People in the YouTube, leave your comments. Wow, it's going to be interesting, man. I'm getting a lot of alphabet. I'm seeing C, D, A. C, D, A. People in YouTube, what is your answers? Go for it. There also I'm seeing D coming up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. C, A, C, and D. I'm not seeing B coming up. So let's give a few seconds. The rest of them answer. Did I answer from everyone? Everyone. Okay. Since no one has chosen B, okay, no one chosen B, I'm going to strike out. B gone. So one guy went out. All three are in a competition. So as a good habit, first we'll read the question, understand the question carefully. So I'm going to give this opportunity. One of you going to help me. Which sentence or which couple of words you feel I should focus? Which one?
Varied opinions.
One thing that I would like to add here is that this all action is going to happen in future. So the tense part we should also consider. And
Where in the question you see that it's a future tense?
is kick off.
Ready to kick off?
Ready to kick off a new construction project.
Very good. That's a good catch. That's a good catch. Okay, nice. I got 2 points now. Very ready to kick off. Varied opinions. Any other things in the question? Okay, then let's walk through the question. Yeah, project manager is ready to kick off a new construction project. Could be any construction, small, medium, big. Okay. Usually PMI questions in exam hall. Whenever I say a project, think meha size project. What do you mean by meha, big? What could be?
Burj
What could be
Khalifa.
size? Why we should think very big project when you answer the questions?
Because that will invite more complexities and challenges.
There you go. There you go.
That.
Always think very big project. Exam also thinks as a big project. Specifically, they will tell that it's a short-term project, small setup. They'll tell in the question. If they don't mention anything in the question, think always a big size. Rightly said here. When you see a big size, number of complications will be there. Number of issues will be there. Then only your brain can think broader. What happens in exam hall is when you read a question, your brain automatically maps with your desk, your office. Some of you are blessed, you are working in a big project. Majority of you or me work in a middle level and below middle level project. If I answer from that perspective, my answer will be very narrow. So you have to get broader. In exam hall, always think big, big size. Okay, some construction, I don't know what it is, some construction. The stakeholders are all into about the project, okay? But the varied opinions about the project are causing some problems. Tricky area. But what can be opinion? Will it be technical or non-technical? What is your thought? What kind of opinion here?
Mostly technical.
Technical? Only technical? Oh, you said mostly technical.
That could be non-technical also because
I think
construction project, there will be a group of people who would be workers, who would be engineers, all sort of people would be there. So varied opinions of technical, non-technical both. Yep.
Could be opinion on some design, could be opinion on some requirements, could be opinion on government approval. Yeah, many parameters are. We don't know what it is, but that's causing a problem. Now, question to people here, is it a showstopper in a project? In a showstopper, the project cannot move forward.
No, conflict of opinions is not showstopper here. I see it that way. But
okay. Also, we understood it is a future tense, not now. About the project.
Yes.
About the project. Okay.
Yes.
All right, then let's move a little more. Most stakeholders want to use a reliable milestone-based predictive approach. The company has always used. Whereas, let's put 20 people say that we want predictive approach. Let's say another 20 people says that we want agile approach. So here, not technical, not requirement basic, combined together process, how we are going to do it. In the sense, if you remember, we learned something called Stacy graph. How many of you remember this?
Yes.
One is requirement uncertainty. What's the other one?
Requirement and
How?
Technical uncertainty.
technical. How and what
Can I put it as this is called what?
and how?
And this is called how. Now, where is our opinion problem happening? Is it in the what or is it in the how?
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 Okay. This area they're struggling. Nice. Approach move work along fast. These guys are saying it's going to be faster. And here they're saying as always used. It's always used. The way of working. Okay. What should the project manager do? The question is targeting you as a project manager. Very good. They didn't tell more nitty-gritties and details, but they gave an idea of it. Now, the question rightly said that, okay, guys, this is not now going to happen. When I say kickoff, maybe this evening, maybe 1 month from now, I don't know when it is. It's going to happen. And people are so energetic. Come on, man, we need it. Come on, let's go. That's a feel they're having. Construction of anything, construction of new network channels, construction of a Burj Khalifa kind of a building, construction of a solar panel center server system. We don't know what construction it is, some construction. They're saying, let's go by milestone predictive. Both are having 20 people. I'm giving equal number, so we don't have a partiality here. Now, we have to see what PMI wants from me. You can take a step and watch what PMI wants from me. How I'm going to make a decision here. Before I go for that, what PMI wants? B has been totally removed out. Why B doesn't look a good answer? Do anyone want to justify?
Because as a project manager, you should also have a capability to take some decisions. So of course, there is a situation where team is conflicting on opinions, but then you should take some basic decision at least. So how you are addressing the inputs from both set of people.
And also customer might not be interested on which approach we take. Like they just want the project to be completed, and I don't think they will interfere that much to the level of deciding the approach.
See, as per the question, the customer's requirements have been taken, and then you have made what is going to be a deliverable. That is over. Customer portion is over. Now only the stakeholders the other stakeholders are having a problem.
So customer is not interested how you make a pizza, but pizza should be on my table.
Right.
Isn't it? Okay. I don't bother whether you follow agile model, Bajile model, but pizza should be on my table. That's it. I don't care. That's what I'm hearing. So that's the reason you strike out B. Okay. Now comes a competition. I have 3 set of people. A is there, C is there, D is there. It's going to be tricky now. Let's first listen to the people with the A. Why you want to escalate it? People A. Why you thought you should escalate the situation?
Okay, Shri, I selected A. So escalating might look like a negative term here, but still I went with A because here I went with the options for the question. So here, as you see, there is a conflict of interest between the stakeholders, multiple stakeholders. And I feel all the 4 options, there is no option which is providing us a method to bring alignment between the stakeholders.
Common ground.
Yes, there is no option to bring an alignment between the stakeholders. So I felt escalating it to the project sponsor would bring some alignment between the stakeholders. Yes, the C option says it's okay. Let me not explain it for others, but what I felt is
Yeah, it's fine. You can
yes,
stand for yours. You can stand for years. You can fire. You can be the different years.
Yeah, so
Okay,
that's why I selected EAM to bring
okay,
alignment between the stakeholders. I felt escalating it the project sponsor would be a right method.
I respect your thought, but I'll ask one question to you, Sham, here.
Okay.
As a manager, are you expected to find a solution by decisive? Now, if you give this decision making to another person, are you going to just follow? That's an open question.
Yeah, but not all decisions come under our scope, right? Come under the manager's scope, right? If it is something related on the project, specific to project, because here the project hasn't been started yet. So they're still deciding upon the method to do it. So project manager can give inputs. I don't think complete solution can come from a project manager.
Okay. I respect your thought. Okay, let's park that answer. Yeah. Anyone else with the yeah? Want to share some of your thoughts? Okay. If not, let's go to C. I have equal number of C, I believe. C, how many people are there? D is majority. C is there a minority. Okay, C. Who want to talk? Pritham, Bhaskar, Rex, who want to talk?
Yeah, Rex. Yeah, I'll tell you this. See, basically, what is the purpose of this project is to make some return for the company. So now you're going to see which is going to give you the maximum return on investment. So which method is going to give you the maximum return on investment, you decide based on that. In fact, B is a subset of this. Probably the method could be a hybrid. It could be agile, or it could be traditional, or it could be hybrid. So that will be decided by seeing which of the delivery options is going to create maximum value for the company.
Okay. So you're talking about payback period, are you?
Correct. Payback period or payback benefit, the cost benefit also.
Don't you think predictive approach will not give the money back?
No, that's what he's saying. Based on the value gained on each delivery option. So he's going to assess the delivery option now.
Okay.
If predictive is better, take predictive. If agile is better, take agile. Based on the value gained.
Okay. See, 20 people in the room says, if you read the third sentence, first, second, the third sentence, most stakeholders want to use reliable milestone-based approach. I will have milestones. Every milestone when I reach, I celebrate it. Yeah, we've done it. Then you go for the next one. But what you are recommending here is, guys, that's fine. But let me see something usable for me. Yeah, Rex, I think that's your point. I will see something usable on my ground, on my platform. Then I feel I can go for it. Okay. Right. Nice. But do you think in construction also we can think in that direction? Is it possible? By the way, construction don't take is a building construction. Anything with bringing up from the scratch is a construction. It could be, as I said, coming up with the data center. Data center, you want to set up the network and you have to bring up the service. That's also a construction part. You have to construct a network diagram or network parameters. Yeah, it's there. But do you think agile approach thought process is there?
If I could see, basically this thing is an open question saying that decide on the value gain. So if I could show that the value gained by agile is much more than the value gained by the other method, probably that will convince the all the stakeholders.
All right.
So
I respect your thought. Okay, I like that. You don't want to narrow down with agile means only software. You're thinking anywhere if it adds value, I'll utilize it. That's your thought. Fantastic.
Correct.
That's a good thought. Okay, good. A looks competitive, C looks competitive. Let's bring in the third category, D. Who want to compete for D? Who is that?
I will,
so Shri.
Shri.
Okay, please. Yeah, so
Go
Shri,
ahead.
why I feel D is because first thing that we are talking about a construction project, and construction project basically definitely will have a predictive model, but that does not mean that agile cannot be there. Because in the third line we say that most stakeholders want the reliable milestone that has been used always. So what was my approach is that something that was followed so far does not necessarily mean will continue in future also. And in a project like construction, of course, there will be changes coming up over a period of time. So if at any point of time we are addressing those changes, definitely it's not going to be a predictive model. So having hybrid is a better approach. That's what I feel, and that is why I selected.
Okay, I get the point. I heard another voice also. Manoj, is it you?
Yeah, it was me. What I have in my mind is one is on the project manager perspective, which is when it says what the project manager do, he has to recommend a hybrid approach. I think he will recommend based on the value gained in each deliverables. Like he will do all these analysis and then he recommend a hybrid approach, and it will also on PMI perspective, it will respect the stakeholders view on the project. So it is not compromising like one for the other, but including taking best of each approach and making it to work well for the project.
So you want to stand in the center?
Yeah, recommend the hybrid. Yeah.
Are we doing this because we don't want to spoil the harmony with these people? That's the reason?
It's not harmony to get best out of both the approaches, because they say they have used it for reliable milestone based
Okay.
predictive approach. So
But Rex was debating, this gives a quicker and better value. Your intention is value, right? That value is
correct.
given there in the answer. That's what Rex is saying. Then why you have to make some people happy?
It's not making happy, but it is to use best out of the both approaches wherever
Best here, best here. To
whichever.
recipe.
Yeah.
You take the best recipe.
Yes.
Best recipe. Okay. But here in the sentence, it would satisfy most stakeholders. How we know it will satisfy most people? How we can decide that? Because I ask Agile, I'm not going to satisfy with the hybrid. Because I ask predictive, I'm not going to satisfy with the Agile. Then why or how we thought it will satisfy the people? Because it's in center line, do you think people are happy with that?
Not sure.
That's a tricky, right? That's a little tricky
Yes. Yeah.
there. Okay, that's a good debate. Huh? One is escalating, other one is see the value by each delivery option. And the last one goes for the hybrid model. Very good. Okay, if given a chance to you, re-vote, reselect your answer. Can you try one more time? What can be your answer after all these discussions? What can be your answer? A, B, C, and D. What can be yours? Let's see your chat box. Try one more time with your answers. People stick to A, you stick to A. People go with the D, go with the D. But let's see what is the answer coming up. Pritham says same as before. Few more C's are getting added. A is coming up again. Nice. People are sticking to the same answer some places. C is getting majority now. Okay. Now let's take one step back to see from PMI perspective. What PMI want from your brain in this question? First thing people understood, this project is not started. It's the beginning stage. And the manager has to do something here. What PMI want from you? PMI want from you to realize from this question, when you choose a project model, the way of doing, how you can satisfy your customer. Is your brain thinking from the customer perspective? Definitely you'll think about your team, you think about your company, you think about the method, what I have learned. I is very highly there. Beyond I, will you think from their perspective? Now let's go to the principle number 1 in Agile. What is the principle number 1 in Agile?
Customer satisfaction.
Uh-huh.
Our highest priority is to satisfy customer through early and continuous delivery.
Delivery of?
Or valuable software.
Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Let's remove the software. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through continuous, early and continuous delivery. Shri, you said early and continuous. In construction, how can I do early and continuous? It's up to you and your customer. For you, 6 months is one early term. 2 years could be one early term. But what is the earliness? Now here in this question, PMI want to check or see, is your brain thinking in the lean management model? Is your brain thinking, how can I bring best value to the customer? In exam question, wherever, in case or somewhere you see the word value, that particular sentence, don't miss it. I'm not saying that's the right answer, but read it carefully. At least with the way the PMI Institute and the world is moving, they are giving more attention to this term. This term can be achieved through predictive. This term can be achieved to agile also. Anyway, you can achieve. But in exam or any place when they see something value-oriented approach is taken, makes sense. But see, what is the big difference, man? What is the big deal? Reliable milestone, value. I don't see a big difference if you feel like that. Value means something customer expected, customer preferred, customer satisfied, deliverable. For this, if I go 2 questions back or 1 question back, we have delivered it. Who? X company has delivered it. It has met the technical specification. But still, the customer is not happy. In that case, can we say that the value is not met? Can we say like that? Value is not met. If I have an opportunity to understand the value for each deliverable or each move I do, makes sense. Even in construction, if I do a work breakdown structure, if I do a UML diagram, if I do a initial miniature or a prototype explanation to my customer, even for a hospital construction, a miniature or a prototype with a customer, that adds value, I will go for that approach. I will show first iteration, first phase of something which makes value to my customer. And from that, I'll add more. Delivery could be here, interim deliverable. If you heard about interim deliverable, could be there. But I'm not against predictive, by the way. I'm not against to that. But I'll be very cautious in exam what PMI want from me. PMI want from me, specifically in a question, something like this given, my eye will go towards how can I get value out of it that can satisfy my customer? How can I get value? In predictive way, I can get value. Adaptive way, I can get value. Now, when choosing the appropriate project approach, should make their selection based on which delivers the best value is the key. So, Shri, you mean predictive won't give value? No, no one says like that. It is. But there are some approaches can give quicker quality outcome. We learned in Agile, there is something called iterative incremental. In iterative and incremental, iterative is called for correctness. Incremental is called for, what is the English word I gave? Speed. Even in construction project, I can do a CAD design to show how the construction will look like. I can show some portion of the work in an iterative incremental model. I'm not going to force fit Agile inside that. I'm not going to force fit a Scrum Master. I won't do that. But I will think about the mindset of where I can add a value. Now, someone with the answer D can debate with me. Shri, I can do this in a hybrid model. Yeah, I can do that in a hybrid model. Now, this is very debatable question. But only problem here is, how can I think it can satisfy everyone? That's a big question I have. But beyond that, if I'm sitting in an exam hall, I will see PMI want to know, am I thinking in a value-based approach? And that's a principle number one. Once I get that, when I see the question, my mind will think, this guy wants me to know where the value is. For this question, slight turn on this question, the answer will go to predictive approach. Slight turn will go to predictive. But here, in this case, attention will fall on value-based approach. This is what PMI expect from you in the exam hall for this question. As I say, next question can be different, but that's what they expect.
Shriram, I have one question here.
Mm-hmm.
Project is not at all started, so how do you know what value gained from each of these options?
Yep. This is where it comes
predictive or agile.
prioritization. Yeah, of course. This is what called a prioritization, right? We prioritize what can make better value. When you say value, they talk about which is a high risk item and high beneficial item, for which they call something called COD. COD stands for cost of delay. If I delay this deliverable, what is the consequence of it? How early I can do this, that makes sense. So there comes a value addition. But when a project is not started, you are expected to prioritize and think. And here, they are not trying to put a whole plan. They're going in a, what to say that, incremental approach. At least to me, that's what I'm getting a feel. But cleverly, they didn't put anything in the question answer itself. Decide based on value gained by each of the delivery option. A delivery option could be phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1 can be 3 months. Phase 2 can be 8 months. We don't know. But they kept it this way, value-based. So attention is on value-based. Tricky, isn't it? Vipendra, what do you have?
Thank you, Shri. Like, as a holistically, I just wanted to ask, like, can I also put a thought process like this? Because as a project manager, the question is asking me what should I do, and applying the elimination technique. If I see the options A, B, and D, they are talking about escalating, discussing, or recommending. But the option C is the only one that is talking about deciding something. So do you think that could be also one of the approach while deciding or looking onto the answers?
Possibly. I was checking with the Sham. Sham said, yeah. I was checking, are you sure you want to give it to somebody else? And Sham said, certain things not in my control. That's also true. That's also true. But at least in this case, we have to hold it because it is my team, my project, because my name is in the project charter. I should be able to make a decision on this. There it comes. Yeah, that's a point. That's a point. But Sham, your point is valuable. Not everything with the control of manager. Certain things you have to escalate. But this place, yes, you have to you have to take a call. If not, these guys will eat your head. That too, if you go to the sponsor, that guy will kill your life. So you have to be very careful on it. But I'll tell this is a tricky question, man. It is a bit tricky. You have to be very cautious, understand. But today what we did is, at least we saw 3 questions. Every question I am trying to do something. Take one step back and see what PMI wants from me in this situation. As I said, same situation, if I slightly turn, the answer will go to hybrid. Slightly I turn this side, it will go to predictive. So it's very tricky, right? But we have to be very careful what these guys are looking for. But to me, I say these guys are looking for value-based delivery. So if I have read the Agile pretty carefully multiple times, might have my brain know that wherever I see value-based delivery, I should give importance to that. Importance, not that's the right answer. Importance. Nice. Good job. Good. Any other thoughts on this question?
Yeah, Shri, one more observation. So there is I found that there is a keyword the most. So in the question, if you see, most is also like we normally consider to be majority. So the question says they are with predictive. And option D says we have to satisfy most.
Okay.
So it is contradictory, predictive, and hybrid.
Maybe I'm missing something here. You
The
feel
question
this
says most stakeholders want to use predictive. So that is majority.
Okay.
And option D says this approach we want to take because we want to satisfy the most.
Okay. So is it good or is it not right?
Yeah, so both cannot be true. So
Okay. You're doing you're doing a lot of calculations. I like that, Deepak. But in exam hall, within 1 minute, can we do that?
yeah, difficult.
It's a tricky. See, whatever we discuss, I think we spoke 3 questions. I started this program by India time 3:10 p.m. Now what's the time there in India? Close to 5?
4:30, yes.
4:28.
4:30, right? Nearly we have spent each question 15 minutes, at least minimum, isn't it? So
Yeah.
here it's an analysis time. You took time, read it. Imagine this is your 145th question. You took a first break at 60th question, went for a washroom, then you had a drink, you came back. Second slot you did. Third slot, 145th question. By now, you are bit exhausted. Isn't it? Bit exhausted. Already your brain thinking, will I clear this exam? These two are running in your mind. On top of that, you hear what your spouse said whenever you're watching television. Go and read, go and read. Okay. So now, keeping all this in mind, your brain fights to answer this question. So really, your talent is tested between 140 to 180, the last 40 questions. People lose the patience. Somebody who practice full exams constantly, somebody can stay on time, somebody can have the patience to read it carefully, win the game. How many of you observed in Indian cricket, there was one captain, whole ground will be tense for the review call to the third umpire. And this guy takes few seconds, observes. Exactly before that last second of the time, says, go for review. Have you observed it?
Yeah.
And
MSD. Yeah.
Dhoni.
All these guys are saying nervous, they shout, they show the emotions. Some people immediately show third umpire. But he will take few seconds, digest it, and look at the things and put the recall in a brain and go for a third umpire, but within the time, under pressure. That's called management skill set. So whatever happens, even 145th question, you will treat it as a first question. When you do that, chances are we start getting close to the exam. And that's what many people are doing. Many people come out of the exam, they say, yeah, that's what I did. In the last week, I have at least 3 people or 4 people cleared the exam. I think 3 people. 3 people cleared the exam. I had a short chat with them how the exam went on. They said very moderate question, Shri. In fact, what they said is, main exam is less tougher than the practice exam. So that's a happy news. Less tougher. Huh? All right, good. That's a good thought. Then before wrapping up,
One question.
I'll share this.
One question.
Abdul. Yes, Abdul.
I recently joined the ShriLearning program, Shriram, and this is my first Q&A session.
Hey, Abdul.
Yeah, I'm planning to take this PMI-ACP. So, do we have multiple choice questions also in the exam?
For PMI-ACP.
ACP, right.
You are very lucky. It's not there.
Because the previous question it is showing multiple choice questions, so I just worried.
No.
Okay.
You are practicing for PMI-ACP. Is it correct?
Correct. That I'm going through your videos. I completed 8 videos, 2 are left out. So these
Oh, yeah.
Q&A.
Are you in chat with me in WhatsApp?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. You can get connected also.
Sure.
So answering your question, what you see here is a mix of PMP and Agile. Both questions are here. That is the reason you're seeing multiple answers or multiple choice.
Correct.
In PMI-ACP, you don't have multiple response or multiple choices. However, I'm keeping you informed. PMI-ACP exam pattern is planned to change in the month of November. So if you plan to close your exam, close before that because this pattern may get upgraded. The pattern what we have is from 2011. It's almost 12, 13 years. PMI has not changed anything. Now time to change it because they're going to make a big revolution in the Agile. PMI will bring a new paper from November. So I believe it's going to be more crazy and tough and things will change. So answer your question, yes, multi-choice is not there. It's only regular patterns of 4 answers, A, B, C, D. You have to choose among them. That stops.
Okay.
Yep. All right, good. Then quickly touch something on Agile to get the base for the people. How many of you remember this picture you've seen somewhere in your life? You've seen
One of
it?
the assignments. One of the assignments.
Yes, I do remember.
One of the assignments.
First
Okay.
week assignment.
Assignment is not a good word, right? Kids won't like it. My dad is writing assignment. My mom writing assignment. Okay. Okay, coming back here. The reason I showed the picture here is 2 words are very clear here. Incremental, iterative or iterative. 2 words are here. Something we learned, iterative, I would have said another English word for that. What I said for iterative?
Correctness.
Correctness.
Correctness. Okay. Until it get correct or perfect, I will repeat it. I gave example sometime back, some artist. A artist is drawing a bird. Could be a peacock, could be a dove. A bird has been drawn. Until that bird comes to the exact way what he or she had a vision, thought process. Until it comes, they make multiple correction. Correction on the wings, correction on the color, correction on the eye, correction on the leg. They keep doing until they reach it. It's all correctness, iterative. Iterative is a thought process to repeat it until you get perfect. Incremental. Here, it is for which we say another English word for it. What it is?
Speed.
Speed, which means early to the market. Now, here, I can wait to deliver everything at one shot. However, the expectation is frequency of delivery is high, which means I have to go early to the market. So I'll make an incremental delivery on top of it. I have to go early, for which I would have given a word of lean management. In lean management, carrying small packets, we can go faster. Carrying small packets, errors, bugs can be lesser. Even if it happens, there is a plenty of opportunity to fix it. Because every time when you deliver, I will get something. What I'll get? Feedback. Will I get feedback for every delivery?
Yes.
Will I get feedback?
Yes.
Yeah.
So feedback is a great opportunity to correct myself and give the next release or next release. When this 2 combination of speed and correctness come together, this is called agility. When I do agility, now comes agile first principle. Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable. Shri, what do you mean by valuable? I want to give something correct, perfect. I want to go early on time when they want it. That's called early and continuous valuable delivery. Always keep in mind, we are living in a world, we are constantly looking for COD. What COD stands for? What COD stands for?
Continuous development.
Cost of delay.
Cost of delay.
Imagine you delay your PMP certificate for 3 years. What is the cost you're going to incur? Your promotion, your salary growth, chances are, country migration, chances are, or nothing. It's up to you. But there is a cost of delay. Is there a cost of delay for any action what you don't do right now? Whatever you miss today, you're not doing it. You don't do exercise. You don't do medical checkup. You don't take care of certain things. Cost of delay is high. There is a cost of delay we are running through in a product. I cannot wait lifelong. Maybe this argument will not be great 100 years back, 50 years back, but now it is more relevant. Even there it was, but now it's more relevant with the technology acceleration. So Agile is focusing more on how can you reduce it. This is what you have to watch out. Why I have to explain it? Many in this room don't know what is Agile in your corporate job because some of you are working from different industry, not software industry. Even software industry, many don't know certain parameters. So recommend you open the book called Agile Practice Guide. Read the chapters if you want, or read the glossary. If you are from PMP examination, read Agile section carefully in Rita 11th edition book. If you are from PMI-ACP, read Agile Practice Guide. Also, primarily, read the book called Mike Griffith. The Mike Griffith books explains fantastically all these concepts. Read very well. I'm sure you will love this subject. With this, the Sunday prayer comes to an end. Was the prayer good today? Did you learn something?
Yes.
All right. Let me see your chat box. Give me 1 or 2 words what you learned today. Let's see how your brain captured it. Put me 1 or 2 words in the chat box. What you learned today. People, YouTube, thanks for watching. Sham says code of ethics is a word. Nice. Okay. Delivering value. Okay. All right. Incremental iterative. Nice.
So,
Good.
Shri, I have one question before you close up. So, sorry. So, is there a chance that Pearson close the exam centers, Shri?
Close in a sense?
Because I like a month ago or maybe 1.5 months before I saw exam center available in my native Coimbatore, but now it is not there. I was trying to schedule it November end actually.
That happens.
Okay.
In Bangalore, 4 years back, we had 5 or 6 centers. Country like India, people think this exam center is a business.
Okay.
PMI coming from United States, they want that standard. Let me tell the clash what's happening. In exam center, people try to cut the corner.
Okay.
What they will do? Misbehavior, violation. Yeah. So PMI and this group are pretty strict. You know the US law and system, right? Pretty strict. Whoever you are, they will cut you. So they keep canceling the license if you cannot meet that standard. Imagine in one center, there is a leakage of question paper. Will you trust PMP certified people?
No.
Trust will drop down. So they're very particular. This exam is happening in 200 countries. Anywhere, any small leakage, they will close the stuff. That's it. So that is the reason they would have shut it down.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a point. But don't be disappointed. You can do exam online also.
Not really, Shri. I will try some centers in Bangalore. I prefer going to centers.
It's a good time to visit Bangalore.
No, my work location is Bangalore, but I took remote, so no issues.
I thought this is an opportunity for your family to tell, I'm going Bangalore, 1 week exam. 1 week exam? All right, guys. Okay, then thanks all for being here. Let's catch up on the next Sunday prayers and stay active. Let's keep up the momentum. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, Shri. Bye, everyone. Thank you for the session.
Thank you.
அவங்களே இருக்குது அதுல நீங்க ஏதோ